What will glass look like in the industry of the future? The glass industry emits 11 million tons of CO2 per year, which is 0.5% of European emissions. And precisely because the furnaces that produce the raw material for glass require a temperature of 1,500 degrees for 24 hours. So how do we green glass? 3 solutions: increase recycled glass, develop eco-design, and improve the energy efficiency of production plants. We talk about it in this new episode of the podcast Industry of the Future, a format proposed by Schneider Electric France. Glass Trend event is a biannual event highly expected in the glass industry. In October 2023, it took place in Grenoble, in France, in Schneider Electric's building, Intencity.
Good morning, everyone. Real pleasure to see you all here face to face. Thank you to Oscar and to Gary for the introduction. My name is Alex Richards. I'm the Vice President for our Mining, Minerals and Metals segment at Schneider. And I'm really looking forward to the discussions over the next day and a half as an opportunity to learn from the experts that we have in the room, to understand what different people are doing, and also for us to present to you some ideas that we have on how we can help move this industry forward.
Glass Trend aspires to make fundamental knowledge related to glass science and glass technology accessible for the industries. This event highlights innovative technologies that address glass production and quality issues.
So what about glass? A key material that we interact with multiple times in our everyday lives. It is absolutely critical to many industries, and you supply some of the most important industries worldwide, from food and beverage to pharmaceuticals to transportation to buildings. They are all pushing to decarbonize their own supply chains, which is going to bring pressure on yourselves to also decarbonize the way that you produce glass. So again, the opportunity and the moment is now to explore partnerships that can help drive a sustainable future for this industry.
On the table, the electrification of the melting process, the integration of IA in glassmaking, and radiant electric heating in glass furnaces. René Möllmann, Solutions and Technology Lead Green Glass at Schneider Electric, and I are using a break to meet the participants in this event. What are their expectations, their vision for the glass industry? Sven Kahl, Manager Furnace Operations Group at Ardagh Group, is a member of the Glass Trend Board.
Ardagh is one of the leading worldwide producers of consumer packaging, mostly in glass and also in metal beverages or metal cans.
Do you see a change in your customers? Do they want green glass?
They want green glass, but they don't want to pay for it. We as consumer push our customers into more green because we as consumer want it. What we still need to bridge is the gap between wanting something green and deciding who is going to take the additional cost. Because yes, we know we all have to get greener, but somebody needs to tell that going greener doesn't mean going cheaper. And we have 2 possibilities as a consumer to pay for it. Either we pay it at shop floor by buying more expensive products, or we pay it as a taxpayer, allowing governments to subsidize energy-intensive industries or industries in general. Which way it goes, it's our own decision, but green is not cheap.
Imagine that you could have something on the click of your finger today. What would be your wish?
A fully integrated AI-based furnace control system that really takes off the load from the operator. Because we do have a lot of data, we do have a lot of controls, but we are not yet there to actually mix them together and blend them into something operator independent.
What are you waiting for the institution, maybe the states? Are you waiting particular things from them?
Clearer regulation, because to go into a green transition means to go into uncharted waters, and authorities are overwhelmed by requests for new technologies they don't know how to permit. That's one thing. And the other thing is the electrical grid, at least in Europe, is in most cases state-owned and state-controlled, and it's a government's task to get the grid extended and make it ready for the industry. The industry can't do it on their own. We can say what we need, but somebody else has to provide the grid. So that would be another wish. If I had on the tip of my finger, I would just want to quadruple all the grid connections in all my plants. That would be a great thing, but I guess that's even beyond Schneider.
Bruno Purnode, also on the glass train board and leader modeling technology at Owens Corning, would also like to see a glass industry transition more quickly.
We are very heavily working on decarbonization with electrification, alternative fuel combustion, across all of our businesses. Because we are a multi-division company, we do glass fiber reinforcement, insulation glasses, so covering glass wool, mineral wool, foam glasses, and lastly we make roofing shingles. So we got many programs there. Yeah. By 2030, we will be reducing our emission by 50%, greenhouse gas emission. Yeah. I would wish it would happen faster. Make it just like a magician, make things appear like that. It would make. We are a very conservative industry. We are, attempting now to move, but we move at a slow pace. So I would try to accelerate things.
The rest of the event focuses on concrete examples.
So looking ahead, aside from the furnace technology itself and the fuel switching, what else can be done? And here are some thoughts, 5 levers that we've got that we believe can also bring a lot of benefit to the industry. First of all, the combination of energy and automation. How do we stop treating these as silos? How can we look at integration between these two technical concepts and actually leverage that to the advantage of the whole business? What we're seeing now, and we're trialing this and running this in several other industries, is when you're able to combine both power and process with digital as a common backbone between the two, what it gives you is greater visibility of what's going on in your business, faster root cause analysis of problems, the ability to trial, do things like digital twin, and ultimately optimize overall your facility. In addition to that, if you are designing new or you're doing a major retrofit project, the combination of energy and automation and a common backbone and architecture can actually drive down capex and can also impact total cost of ownership. Endpoint to cloud is about transparency and visibility. We now live in a time where there is no reason not to have full visibility from the shop floor of your operations to the top floor of the executive office. We have the technology and the capability to extract data from almost anything now, to contextualize that data and to do something meaningful with it. Of course, we have to battle with legacy systems, but if you are going through as an industry a phase of change and this revolution where there's going to be significant technical upgrades at site, now is really the time to look at how do we increase transparency and visibility across all aspects of the operation, linking the full value chain end to end.
Milena Marchegiani, Corporate Furnace and Chemical Laboratory Manager at Bormioli Luigi Corporation, took the floor to present Primus, innovative solution for glass sector decarbonizing. She tells us more about the challenges facing her industry.
I am furnace and chemical laboratory manager and work into the operation furnace and also the design of the recipe of all our kind of glass.
Yeah, so you're basically into tableware and to fragrance?
No, I'm work only for the business unit tableware. So only for the 3 different glass used for the tableware items, so opal glass, soda lime glass. We have more or less 3 types different of soda lime glass, and also crystal glass, lead free.
What we learned from your lecture is that you have quite different other problems than, let's say, the commodities like the bottle makers and the float glass makers, because you are producing very high level quality type of glass. If you look at electrification, what do you considered to be the main issues?
In our sector, taking account that the quality of the glass, as you told before, is very, very high. So we don't have any chance to reduce the CO2 emission with the use, for example, of high percentage of collect, for example, because the collect decreases the quality of the glass. So we try to understand what is the best solution for us, and we want to try to increase the electrification of the furnace, but not only this. We want to use other technologies such as the exchanger of waste gas heat with the water, and also improve the energy efficiency for reduce the CO2.
Lars Binek, Business Unit Director Technology at Horn Glass Industries, for his part, is particularly interested in the solutions that hydrogen can offer.
Yeah, let's say there's a technological and a technical point of view. So I think with hydrogen we can do the heating of the furnaces today. We have an R&D project now running together with the University of Aachen and the IPGR for an oxy-gas furnace. So we'll test the hydrogen combustion with oxygen. For air, hydrogen air, I think it's today possible. So, but energy-wise, cost-wise, these are now the other two perspectives, and the availability, I see a little bit delay on this technology to get implemented in the market.
Okay, so there's another, let's say, 27 years to go, eh?
Yeah, lucky-wise, I'm now 45 years. I turned to be 46, so I will go officially for retirement with the 67. But I hope that I can work longer, so I want to introduce all this stuff in my life, my working life.
So you're quite passionate about it, I suppose.
Yeah, this is was all my life like this, so I'm less passionate.
Okay, for perhaps a final question now. There's the furnace which was presented this morning of Ardagh, and they are, I would say, in a testing phase. Would you see that? Would you see that as a turning point for the container glass industry? That as soon as that becomes successful, that might be the point where it starts ramping up to that hybrid technology?
Let's say there are two hybrid technologies. What I see for the container glass, one is the end-fired furnace with 40% electricity, what was also presented today. This is a project a furnace type what we developed also, and we will put hopefully soon in the market. This is a bridge technology, and the hybrid furnace, oxy-hybrid furnace, I see also as a bridge technology because of there's still enough CO2 emitted by the combustion of the gas. So both the end-fired furnace with a high electric share and the oxy-gas with a high electric share, in my point of view, will be bridge technologies for maybe the next 10, 15 years, maybe 20, I don't know. But something like this, because of at the end, I think everything will be full electric.
Like Lars Binek, the participants in the Glass Trend event are passionate and convinced that sustainable glass is not only desirable, but necessary.
As well. And I think what's important here is how do we start to scale those pilots? How do we learn fast? And how do we move from pilot to business as usual? There will be a period of time where it will become too late to actually implement those changes if the industry wants to achieve its goals of being net zero. So it's time to think about this now and look at how we accelerate learning from first movers.
This was an episode of Industry of the Future, a podcast presented by Schneider Electric France.